Welcome back, or welcome to County Magic, depending on if you've been here before. Please ignore my neighbour, but I thought I would do a what's on my occult shelf, tour thing. First things first, I'll show you the one book I have on the side, as well as my personal notes, but I'll just skim through that. Black Serpent Magazine, issues 1 to 7. Mostly, I don't really know how to describe this. It's got like book reviews, and it's got like stuff on different magic paths, mostly Demonolatry. It's got, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's got like word searches and things in it as well. So that's cool. I've got to put that back now. Hold on 1 second. Oh dear. There we go. Sorry about staring at the floor. We'll do... What side should we do first? We'll do this side first. This is mostly the Demonolatry and like miscellaneous magic side. So we have a book on tea reading. And it gives you, let me see if I can have a look at the back. It gives you like examples as well as like different like what all the different things mean, which is cool. We have, and I apologise if I butcher this, but this is the pronunciation I found on the internet, so Goetia Pathworth, yeah. See, I've already done it. Goetia Pathworking, which is, let me have a look, see. It's a lot of different information on different demonic. It's also got, let me see if I can find a good one. It's also got like the different sigils and a way of summoning them and things, which is cool. I do apologise if my camera's off. This one is miscellaneous, but it's mostly because I was into lunar magic at the time, like magic to do with like the moon and stuff. So we have Tribes of the Moon. It's got all different stuff in it. Let me see if I can find a good bit. I'm just going to scroll through. See if I can find a good example of something. Come on. Yeah, it's like all the different, it's all like moons and stuff. So it's got, why can't I find the page that I want? Typical. There you go, it's got like different pagan festivals and different moons and different rituals to do on them and stuff. So that's cool. And it's got all 13 different moons, like Crow Moon, Storm Moon, Wolf Moon, and all that sort of thing. These ones are mostly because I was feeling nostalgic. We have Nocturnal Witchcraft. A lot of you are probably familiar with. I want to just show the contents, actually. It's probably easier, isn't it, if I just show you the contents. There's some sort of like funky stuff in it, but the little X's are, because I'm not really going to get rid of these, the little X's are just like notes that I can come back to, because I tried using those sticky note things and they just kept falling out. So we have Gothic Grimoire. Here's the contents. Forgetting my words today. Oh no, wrong page. Come back. All the different things inside. The one I never had when I was a baby witch that I finally went and got. These are pre-owned, so if you're wondering about like like where it's been in the loft and stuff. But the one I never had was summoning spirits. So I decided to just go and nab it, and it's got all different summoning techniques, banishing techniques, creating egregores, all that kind of thing. We have... This is the first one of a few on my shelf. I wasn't sure if I would go much on, but it turns out I actually quite enjoyed it. We have Sorting with Spirits. A bit like Summoning Spirits, it's got a bunch of like different spiritual paths, how to talk with your spirits, how to like make them feel welcome, all that sort of thing. It's got deities like Hecate in it. It's also got deities like Asmodeus, and all sorts of different paths. That's bent there. Oh dear. I'll sort that out later. This chunky thing. The Demonologist's Handbook. Some of you who are on the Demonolatry Practices Reddit will recognise that name. Excuse my foot there. But yeah, it's got a whole bunch of demonic in it and information on the demonic. I'm gonna go pop that back. Let me just pop these back real quick. Gotta remember what order I did these in now. There we go. Palmistry cards. May as well show you them. But yeah, this was a present someone got me actually. And it's got like all different things that you can find in palm reading and all that sort of thing. So, very cool present. This side is sort of the more eclectic side. Sort of the more... I don't know what you really call it, the side, but this side is mostly vampirism stuff. But yeah, there's some interesting things in this one. We have a Dictionary of Sanguinese. Not necessarily for me, but it's more definitions for people that know me. And I start talking about like random vampire slang, and then people are like, what the heck does that mean? So yeah, there's some like other random words in here as well. But things like sangomancy and stuff like that, it's like vampire slang, so that's not necessarily for me. There's some words in there I didn't know though. It's not necessarily for me, that's for sort of like other people, that if I say a word and they're like, what the heck did that mean? There's a definition in there probably. This one I think was a present. Little tiny, thin little thing. Mostly just sort of like a quick grab resource on entities that can help you with... Oh god. Entities that can help you with different things relating to sort of like psychic vampirism and stuff like that. This one was mostly because I was intrigued, because I had heard of this group before, but I didn't know that this was public. So yeah. Let me see if I can find the blurb for this actually. This is an interesting one, because it's kind of half a guide. Like half a guide on like basic vampiric terms and stuff, and the other half is ancient Egyptian metaphysics. You can see there, it turns around and says, the Comedic Order of Asekar and the service of the Highness Aset. But yeah, this is an interesting one. It's got like Egyptian metaphysics and why vampires in ancient Egypt seem to like fit together in like a lot of media as well, which is interesting. But yeah, it's hard to explain that one. But it's, if you are like a psychic vampire or a sanguine, or you're interested in all that sort of thing, and also ancient Egypt, it's decent. What else do we have? We have the ethical psychic vampire, which was also a present from somebody, which is nice, because a lot of these sort of like psychic vampirism books are mostly how to protect yourself and see them in a negative light, which is understandable. But this one's sort of like, if you happen to be one, or you know someone who happens to be one, this is how you can do it ethically, this is how you can look after them, this is how they can look after themselves. If they're behaving in a certain way, this is how you deal with that sort of thing. So it's kind of like a... It's kind of like a guidebook, and also sort of like a how-to at the same time. Like, if you're sort of like newly awakened or whatever, this is handy. If you're sanguine and you're looking for that sort of information, Lady CG's Practical Vampirism for Modern Vampires isn't bad either. It's got like food, blood substitutes and all that sort of thing in it as well. Anecdotes, all that sort of thing. This is another one I wasn't sure if I would like or not. Specifically for this line, protection from energy predators and parasites. I thought this was going to be one of those psychic vampires, bad, looking after energy equal good, but it tries to keep itself relatively neutral, which is nice. But it's got a lot of interesting information in it as well. There was like experiments done to see if there was like any differences in regular people, and ignore the circles, this is pre-owned. If there was like any difference in regular people and people that like psychic leech and things like that. It's got like Carillion photography and information on that as well. It has got like protection stuff in the back, but it's got like a lot of interesting like scientific theory and stuff in it as well, which I like science, so that's very cool. This one I haven't explained. Basically, a revised edition of the very old Vampire Codex, handwritten, for those of you who are interested in getting it, but you're not very fond of handwriting. There you go, this might help you, if this is legible for you, if Bellinger's handwriting is legible. I like it personally. It's not like I read it and I was like, oh my god, this is me, this is like perfect and this is ideal. But it's got good information in it, so